Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Oh my god, this is your guiding chariot. I'm here to do a final farewell to 2020 reading. Let's start getting your cards and then we'll chat while we do this. So hi, yes, I am still alive. I have been gone for quite a while. I apologize for just kind of ghosting everyone. I needed some time away. I had some things to take care of, and I just kind of went into my own little personal haze for a minute. So I am sorry I haven't been on the channel. I have missed you guys. I hope you guys are all doing well and staying sane and all these wonderful things. But now I'm back. Now we're here. We're all getting ready for 2021. I hope you had an amazing holiday season. Oh my god, the things that I have missed with you guys that I haven't been able to talk about and share. Oh my god, I mean, let's talk about the recent stuff. We just had the Great Conjunction. We had this amazing, I hope you all saw the cold moon, this last full moon. I'm filming this, I'll probably upload this tonight, so it's probably going to go up the same day. But I'm filming this on, what is today, the 30th? I think it's the 30th. Beautiful. Look at what we're all focusing on. Yes, thank you very much. But we had this beautiful full moon last night, which was in Cancer. And if you don't know, the first moon of the year was also in Cancer. So we started with a full moon in Cancer, ended with a full moon in Cancer. More watery energy for us here with this King of Cups. So it really is, 2020 really is closing out a cycle. And was it not a year for us to just kind of figure ourselves out? All the outside demands were taken away. Just going outside was taken away. We kind of had nothing to do but be inside and be at home. Yep. Wonder what the hell we're going to do with ourselves here. Like, it really was. Page of Cups in reverse, look at that. It really was a time to look back and see what was holding us back. Where were we going with all of this? Oh, what deck do I want to go? You know what? We're not questioning it. We're going to go through it. You know, so major releases coming through. Major stars aligning. I already talked about the Great Conjunction. So many wonderful things happening as we close out this year. And, you know, and that's not to say 2021 won't have its own personal challenges. You know, there's always going to be lessons. There's going to be opportunities to grow. But this year really forced us to take a really hard look at, I think, a lot of the things that we held on to, the things that maybe were security blankets for us, but we are moving into this amazing period of growth, which I cannot wait for. Oh, yeah, could not, yes, oh, could not wait. It's like I just flew right out. Could not wait. All right. We're gonna I figure we'll get the cards out and then we will just talk about them. High Priestess, look at that. Alright. Oh, and there, we got a little extra one. We'll take all of them. Yeah, bottom of the deck, the Sun. We'll take that too. Awesome. Okay, we're going to do one more row. I will say, I apologize now if you hear a lot of things. There are a lot of birds outside right now, tweeting away, which is wonderful. I think someone in a nearby apartment got a puppy for Christmas. It was like yowling a little while ago. It actually sounded like a little wolf. I was almost tempted to grab an animal spirit deck with the number of animals that are shouting out right now. So who knows? May happen. Right. Okay. Actually, it might happen. You never know. So I am going to do a reading for the signs. I wanted to get started on them earlier this week, and that just wasn't in the cards. So I wanted to make sure we did something to close out 2020. So this is going to be kind of a mass collective reading for everyone. And then, yes, probably on the 2nd, maybe. Probably late on the 2nd. I will start filming January videos for everyone. So I wanted them out this week. May not happen. You never know. I may get lucky and I maybe start filming tomorrow if things just work out. So some of you may get them this week, but probably majority, if not all of them, will come up next week. So definitely stay tuned for that. Thank you. Oh, I always forget how big these cards are. Thank you. Is that them? I think that's them. All right. So Page of Cups twice. Actually kind of stoked about that. All right. Let's try and make them a little cuter. There we go. All right. So let's talk about these bad boys. So here we are starting out 10 of Pentacles. Yes, I think we are all ready for this. And I think in some way, no matter what your situation was in 2020, and truly, I mean, no matter what, no matter how crazy it got, no matter how great it got, no matter how, less than great it got, and I certainly have been on a roller coaster since the beginning, like probably since February, it's been all over the place. So definitely, no matter what's happened, good, bad, ugly, happy, sad, all of it has been to work towards this Ten of Pentacles, to whatever this abundance means. And even with, now I will admit, I don't know much about Kabbalah, but having this tree of life symbol here, right? And it is about going through all the emanations, right, to reach the top of the tree. That is literally what we have been doing. That is literally what has been going on. So yes, we've gone through hurdles. Yes, we've had to adapt. Yes, we've been given challenges. But for those of us who have worked through them, those of us who had taken them, learned the lesson, struggled through it, just made our way, even if that meant giving up something or losing something and finding a new way, that was all part of the path to this Ten of Pentacles. So this coming out right up front, beautiful confirmation that this is what we're working towards. That's, the big picture, the big vision, the big insight to everything. Followed by the King of Cups. Beautiful energy as well. This is how we pulled through it, right? This King of Cups, all about staying grounded, staying that kind of calm, emotional center. No matter what was swirling around us, no matter what hurricane was blowing, we were in the eye of the storm. We stayed calm, we stayed focused. And that doesn't mean we didn't freak out at times. That didn't mean we needed, an extra shot in our margarita. That doesn't mean any of those things. But we always returned back to this stable place, right? And I will say, I want to emphasize with this being the King of Cups, a big thing that's not only going to, that got us through the year, is going to help us close out the year, but a big thing that is going to be, I want to say a general theme through 2021, is this kind of watery element of the cups. It's that emotional center. What is feeding that heart center? What makes you feel nourished and satisfied? Because honestly, and I'm saying this, not only what I'm picking up from the cards, but also what I've seen happen with friends, people I know, people I used to work with. This year really got rid of a lot of the things that didn't serve us, the things that made us all whacked out, whether it was, relationships, whether it was work, personal situations, living situations. All those things were really shaken up this year, and as much as it may have been crazy and uncomfortable and definitely inconvenient a lot of times this year, it was all to create that Ten of Pentacles. It was all for the higher good, right? And here's that Four of Cups. This is us. Where were we focused? What were we looking at? And was it really serving us? Because here's this beautiful cup here with all the blessings, all the offering, all that emotional fulfillment we're talking about. And yet, we're still kind of looking in the direction of these empty ones, feeling all ho-hum. This year was the shake-up to get rid of all of this, right? Because there was an element of ourselves that was lost here with this Page of Cups. And, one thing I love about the Page of Cups, since it is a page, it normally is something new. It is something exciting. There's that puppy. There is some type of offer that comes through here. Maybe not necessarily communication like you would get with the Knight, but this, to me, is very intuitive. It's very insightful. Meditative, spiritual in some regards. Having it come up in the reverse to me speaks more to this is what was holding it back, especially for those of us who have been waiting for a long time, wondering where it is. Why hasn't it come through? We feel it, we sense it, we know it's coming, we know we're ready, we know we're deserving. What else can I do? Why isn't it happening for me? I see it happening for other people. You know, that's all of that energy is wrapped up here, and this is what I would say a big lesson for a lot of us was in 2020, was really to shift and vibe out of all of that, because obviously we know that's not serving us, it's not getting us anywhere, and it's a waste of our energy, and it's a waste of, you know, where we could be putting all that thought, right? Instead of putting it into the empty bowl, let's shift it over here to the one that's actually got a reward for us, right? There's something there, you know. And if I just flip that up, right here, it's like, here's this bowl with all this love and magic wonderfulness coming out of it. I hope you guys can see that. I just realized I'm holding it all the way up here, you know. So here's that bowl, and then here's that same bowl, but now it's become manifest, right? It's gone from just this ethereal magic wonderfulness, and here's that, you know, magical flying pig, you know, that day, oh, if pigs could fly, right? This is the year pigs fly, all right? Like, this is where we take the magic and make it physical. So yes, this card was in the reverse, but what's beautiful, we have the Page of Cups down here in the upright. That's how I know this is the past. Everything that's happened has helped to right side up this Page of Cups. And spoiler alert, we do it. We've done it. It's happening. So, hallelujah. All right? So, then we have the Tower card falling under that Ten of Pentacles. Yes, we needed the shakeup. Yes, we needed towers to fall down. We needed the walls and the barriers to break down. And these barriers could have been many, many things for many of us. They could have been jobs. They could have been, you know, self-limiting beliefs, fears, doubts, all those things. This year destroyed all of that. You can even see, you know, this lightning, you know, whether it's coming from her attacking the tower or from the tower kind of shaking up her mind. That's what needed to happen. Either these barriers needed to break down, or our perspective needed to break down. That's where this charge, that's where this shakeup needed to happen, to pull us out of ourselves, to take us away from all the things that kept us stuck, from all the things that held us back. And then here we have the Fool, brand new beginnings, stepping into new opportunities, right? I will say for some of this, normally I'll say this card is a little leap of faithy, and it's normally depicted as such, and not saying that's not what's required of us. But I think the biggest thing is really about being brave enough to step out of our comfort zone. With this falling, with this falling out underneath the King of Cups. Again, King of Cups is that emotional center. It's that space where we feel loved and secure, no matter where we are. Doesn't matter. This king could be sitting in the middle of a turbulent storm. Whatever little rock he's sitting on will be stable and secure. He will be fine. He won't be panicking. Doesn't matter how big the waves are around him, because they're just going to go around him, right? So this is that energy as we're being called and given, because it feels like these opportunities are going to be given, right? They're almost the reward for putting up with all of this and struggling through and going through the challenges and finding your way through them and adapting and growing and evolving and all those wonderful things. This is the time where we're going to be rewarded for all of that work, right? So here with this Fool card, it's not so much jumping off the cliff, because you can see she's not necessarily jumping off the sand. She's kind of hovering above the sand, and even past this little breakthrough point, there is, let's see if you guys can see it, there is like a little piece of land, right out of the edge. Like, we just can't see it, but it's right at the tip, right? So it's like getting through this breakthrough moment, right? Same how the tower has that white lightning to shake everything up. Once we pass that point, we're not falling off. There is a land there. So this is almost like the bridge between the present and the future, right? This is just a bridge, and it's a very short bridge. It's an instant, it's an instant flash of lightning, and then we're on the other side. But again, the key is maintaining this center with this King of Cups, right? So that emotional space is going to be very, very important for you. So even if things get hairy, if things have been hairy, they're still hairy, and you're like, what am I doing? Like, I keep hearing all these promises, like things are going to be better in 2021. I keep feeling that it's going to happen, and I just don't see it. And no. When's my turn? All of that kind of stuff. Again, once you start feeding into that, that's going to shake up the energy. That's when you start to surrender to the waves, right? That's when they start to knock you around. Stay that calm center. Again, fuel your own being. That's why, self-love was a huge thing that has, talked about, not even just last year, for years, but it's that same kind of vibe. Nurture yourself and be kind to yourself through this process, no matter what's being destroyed, as you start to transition. because we're already on this road. No one, honestly, I don't think anyone watching this video is like, yeah, I'm still back here waiting for this to happen. This was all past. This is what we're dealing with now. So we're already there. We're already at this point, right? But now it's, how do we get through it? How do we go beyond this phase and move into the next, right? Because here's this beautiful opportunity waiting for us, and it's literally right in front of us, right? But it's how do we get through this veil? How do we walk through this point, right? And into the other side. So again, it's nurturing that heart center, nurturing that heart space, what fuels you, what feeds you, what feels empowering to you, you know, and trusting, well, obviously trusting your instincts. I was going to say it and then I looked down. So we have the High Priestess here, which is a very intuitive card. It can be a bit of a secretive card as well. Traditionally, there's a, you know, she's holding, I'm going to hold it up, right? She's holding a scroll, right? And as a viewer, we can't always see the scroll. She kind of keeps it to herself. You can kind of see in this particular deck, she's surrounded by nomadic runes, right? And that same little starburst pattern, where's the camera? There we go. That same starburst pattern we have at that breakthrough is on her third eye. So again, that breakthrough is that shift in perspective, that understanding that I need to hold this space. That's where the secret comes from. That's where the knowledge comes from. That's where the magic comes from, right? So take this High Priestess, even though she's in reverse, to me, that's because now we're revealing secrets, right? Now this eye is open. Instead of inviting you to go in and come further and do the introspective work, not that that's not important, but now is the point. Now the secrets are being revealed. Now the illumination is coming out, right? And where is it coming? It's coming from inside, okay? So it's not so much about pushing and forcing and going and making things happen. It is about realizing how we get through this and realizing, I'm trying to find the words that I want to say, but it's connecting to that space where we feel good, we know our value, our worth, what we're trying to create. And honestly, for some of us, it might be what we should be creating, because I think a part of this shift is really finding a new purpose, right? Whether what you were doing before is something you loved and want to keep doing, it's going to evolve as we move forward. Whether it's the same thing in a different way, or you find a completely new way to express that. This is where that understanding, that enlightening, that clarity comes from. But it comes through self, right? As we trust ourselves, as we allow ourselves to be open, and honestly really get to know what is driving us and what's fueling us and what makes us feel this way. You know, what's really in this bright, wonderful rainbow cup versus, you know, what we've been doing, because we may have been doing something just to survive, right? I've been there, like, it's a thing. All of that was taken away so we can readjust and so we can shift, and we have an opportunity to do so. Oh my God. And then under this Page of Cups, so 9 of Inspiration would be the 9 of Wands, right? So lots of passion, lots of fire. And here, this is that energy of, you know, working through it, struggling, pushing forward, but holding our ground, right? We stand firm in that. And, you know, even in this card, there is a gateway back here. And to me, honestly, I feel like this particular gateway, this is the old. This is what we used to do, and we're turning our back and moving forward. You know, she's facing a completely different direction. So here in this energy, we're standing, yes, we are standing firm, but we're standing firm in this new sense of self, in what truly feeds us, in our own desires, not what fed us before, right? Not what tempted us before. That we've turned our back on, and we're moving forward. You can even see, you know, the light is on her, so she's facing the light. She's facing this sun, right, that came up on the bottom of the deck, and this is what we're moving towards. Then we also have the Awakening, which is the Judgment card, and Strength. Beautiful energy. So again, that same echoing of finding this soul purpose, having courage and bravery to follow it, even though it may be uncharted territory for us. This is where we need to head. This is where we are going. And why? Because it's going to be way more fulfilling than anything ever was. All right? It's a beautiful, beautiful message. This last row, we have the Hanged Man. So again, it's that introspective, that going within, and having this come out under this first column. This was where we felt stuck, right? This is where we felt like we couldn't do things. We were cut off from things. Why them, not me? Why him, not her? Like, you know, all of that is wrapped up in this card. But again, there is a reason. Although there's no forward momentum, although there's no movement, you know, this is a chance to gain a new perspective. This is a chance to find this energy, right? Because being hung upside down, you have nothing but to look for a new perspective. And in this position is where we find that understanding. So no matter how stuck you felt, because again, this is kind of what we've gone through, and now we're processing it, or, you know, if you haven't already, now the processing is happening before we close out this year. But this was the chance to shift and open our eyes and feel different about the situation and the surroundings that we were in. And then we arrive at this point where we, again, are still ourselves, right? We still have that Page of Cups energy, but now now it's right side up. I was going to say now we've righted the wrongs, and maybe that was what we did. But now we have that energy in alignment. Now we have that energy working with us and for us to bring about this newness, to bring about this opportunity. For some of us, this could be new love. For some of us, to me, this is more a love for, not necessarily self, but it's like what you're doing that makes you excited. It gives me, it's almost very like 9 of Wands or 9 of Fire energy in this particular deck, where this is something that makes you feel good. This is something that, you know, they talk about, you know, getting up in the morning, and you're excited to wake up in the morning, you're excited to go to work, you're excited to see this person, you're excited to da-da-da, whatever it is. Like, that's what this is. This is the opportunity to really live the life that you are excited about, right? So beautiful opportunity here with this Page of Water. And then we have the Queen of Earth, right? So grounded, practical. This is, again, you know, feeling without, not seeing the blessings, focus on the wrong things, finding the clarity and the understanding. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is why we're doing what we're doing. And then setting up that practical plan on making it happen, right? And, you know, being the Queen of Earth also with these beautiful antlers that are in her braids. It's kind of the same color. I hope you guys can see them. They're pretty bomb, like, if I can say so myself. But it's that like almost pinnacle understanding, like, yep, I'm grounded, I'm secure, this is what I'm doing, this is what the vision looks like for me, this is where the end goal is for me. How do I get there, right? These are the practical steps. So this is you laying out all the little detail work, all the mundane things. So I want to do this, or I want to achieve this. What has to be done for that to happen, right? So this is like laying down that plan, but also doing it. It is performing action. There is work that has to be done. You know, it's not just, I'm gonna have a great job and I'm gonna sit in bed until it appears. No, that's not a thing, right? I mean, I guess it could be a thing, but it's not right now. But this is really taking clear, focused action that's part of a plan. Like, this isn't something you're like, well, I'll try it, see if it works. No. We know where we're going. There's a dedication here, there's a stability here, there's a grounding here, and a true focus. Like, look, like, check her out. Like, she is looking directly at the finish line, right? But this is also the energy of what practical steps get me from here to there, right? So all of this, right? So for some of us, it took a whole year to really figure out this direction, to figure out this step. And a big part of that was because where we thought we were going had to be broken down, right? Before we got readjusted and was like, oh, now I see it. And then last card, the 9 of Earth, so 9 of Pentacles, feeling secure, feeling stable, feeling valuable. For some of us, this even may be feeling appreciated, right? So beautiful. To me, this is all like on the inner work, right? This is what's happening inside of us, where we're going through this journey, why we had to go through all the blah, 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 blah. I do kind of want an animal deck. I think I may actually grab one before we close. I just can't let it go. But this is a really beautiful energy to kind of wrap up this particular spread. But that 9 of Earth, again, it's all about value. It's knowing the worth. And I almost wanted to add, it's a good way to kind of give yourself validation, right? It's one thing to be like, oh, I want that thing, versus, oh, I've earned it. Like, that's mine. That is mine. I've totally done it. I know how to do it. Excuse me. I know how to do it. This is a very secure and confident energy. If you've watched my readings before and gotten this in one of your spreads, you know I call this the Beyonce card, because that's the, I know I'm Queen Bee, I will always be Queen Bee, and you can think you're Queen Bee, but it's me, by the way. Right? It's just me. So very, very confident energy. And, you know, I keep looking down at it, and she's holding this small little yellow flower, right? Something is growing, right? But it grew because of her efforts. She planted the seeds, she watered the land, she added the fertilizer, she regulated, you know, the light, all those things, and now she's got blossoms. She did that, right? No one else did that. There's no one else in this card. No one's there. All her. So because of her efforts, she's now got new growth. Because of your efforts, you are experiencing new growth, right? Beautiful energy. Okay, so we are going to get some Ancestor oracles. I think I'm going to pull a few. I don't know how many. We'll see. But I'm going to pull a few. So with this being an oracle spread, Kiona, what are you doing? My kitty has like jumped on top of my nightstand. Yes, I'm talking about you. We'll pull a couple. You may resonate with all of them. You may resonate with a few. So just remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind, since this is a general spread. I probably should have said that at the beginning of the reading. You can tell I'm out of practice. Yep. You really want me to get that animal deck, don't you? They're like, nope, we're not the ones. Let's do... Okay, you know what? Maybe we'll try you after. Let's do... You are the closest one. Come here, my little friend. Something told me, get an animal deck. Oh, there's a cute little butterfly outside right now. You're fun. There we go. See? I always like to think I know better. Alright, so first out, can you see that? There we go. First out, we've got Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. I mean, Obvi. What have we been talking about? So again, this was us getting into alignment as everything else aligns around us. We had the Great Conjunction. We had this beautiful full moon. All these planets moved out of retrograde while I've been gone. So literally, as everything has aligned around us, now it's our job, our turn to fall into place, right? So this is where that co-creating energy comes from, because we move into alignment. Even if we reduce this, 1, 7 is 8. 8, it is a number of working and being practical and stable. You think of like the 8 of Pentacles for sure, right? Then we have Cat Spirit here. Claim your independence. Yes, we talked about this with the 9 of Earth, right? Being solid and stable in your faith, in your belief, in yourself, in your worth and your value. This was really grounding and solidifying you. And even then, we reduced 13 down to 4. All about stability, right? And foundations. Is that why you hopped up on my nightstand, kitty? You knew Cat Spirit was coming? And then we have Rhino Spirit. All about overcoming obstacles. And like I said, most of this stuff, the hard stuff, in the past. Already done it. Already went through it. Some of us are out of it. Some of us are processing it. But all the hard bits, bye. The rest we can handle. So this is us pushing through. For anyone still kind of feeling like they're still in the mud, you have everything you need to get through it. But it is about processing. Maybe for some of us there's healing going on. And even that reduced is 5. It is the number of obstacles. So this is confirmation that all the challenges, all the hard stuff, going to fall away. You are going to tear through them. And honestly, either way, whether you tear through them or Spirit just blows them up, either way, they're going to be removed, right? But the key to this, right, falls on really owning what it is you're creating, right? Because once you know where you're aligning, this becomes so much easier. Instead of struggling trying to hold the tower together, you already know the tower's not meant for you. You're probably already halfway out of the tower anyway. You're like, go ahead, blow it up. I don't live here. You know what I mean? Like, so those three perfectly in alignment. I love that. And even with the cat spirit, claiming your independence. Again, that is knowing your direction. That is knowing your path, knowing your strength and values. And this is what I want to do. I don't care what you say, what mom says, what dad says. Best friend thinks I should go into this. Uncle has a job for me over here, but I don't want to be an accountant or whatever it is. Like that. Oh, that's all that cat spirit energy right there. Oh. Otter spirit, can you guys see that? Otter spirit, you are never alone. Reduces down to 6, number of unconditional love. So this feels either for my singles, or maybe twin flames that are in separation, or relationships that maybe feel a little weaker, a little strained at the moment. Take this as confirmation that things are going to get better. Whether new love, right, with this page of water, whether new love moves in, or strained bonds become stronger, that's going to be resolved. And then here you even have, so like a 9 big number for us right now, right? Because we've got bear spirit, which is number 9. We've got the 9 of earth. We have the 9 of inspiration, would be the 9 of wands. So number synchronicity is crazy right now. So if you guys are seeing numbers, listen to those messages. That is literally your guides trying to say, hey, pay attention to this. But again, brown bear spirit, take time out. If you've been feeling lonely, or you've been feeling separated from your person, or it doesn't even have to be a romantic relationship, just in general. Again, there was a need for this kind of break, right? There was some healing that needed to happen within self. But again, that is making things tighter and more bonded down the road. Again, whether this is the soulmate finally comes in, or the connection is healed and strengthened, and 9, wish fulfillment right there, right? Because that number 9 is value and confidence and strength and power, right? Ooh, that's a juicy one. I love that. Okay, we got our animal deck in. Will you cooperate with us now, ancestors? That was too funny. Of course they will. Of course they will. Let's do one more. Nope. Okay. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. Oh, we got a bunch. Okay. So, spring. Look at that. Spring, your seeds will grow. We talked about that with the 9 of earth. Look, and then there's even little flowers. There's even little buds behind the bunny. So again, it's time to sow what you've reaped. You've done good. You've listened to yourself. You've listened to your needs. You've done the work. You've adapted. You've learned and grown through all the challenges. Come spring, because we're a few days away from January, and then comes February and spring. And I think spring is early this year. I want to say it's on February 4th, I think, is when the lunar cycle starts. Don't quote me. I'm pretty sure it's February 4th. But here we are. Seeds are growing. Beautiful. Beautiful. Direction Guardian. Choose your path. Right now you know where it is. Now you see where the compass is pointing. I literally just thought of Pocahontas. It's the scene where she's holding the compass and the wind's blowing and then the arrow points out. And then Grandmother Willow is like, you know your path, child. That's literally where we all are. Whether we've chosen it yet or not is, that's up to us. But we know the direction. We know what we want to do, right? Or at least we know what would make us happy doing, right? So we may still be working out or waiting for that break to show us and give us the clarity on how we do this. But we need to choose the direction. What is it you want? What does the 10 of Pentacles look like? And that can be so many things. I don't see too much love necessarily in this reading, because it was talking more about our own alignment, our own personal. But love came up here with the otter and the brown bear. Careers coming up definitely with the pentacles. But the key is what makes you happy. So it really is, what does this 10 of Pentacles look like? What does your legacy look like? Is it a family? Is it abundance? Is it inspiration? You know, what is it? Right? That was the goal. Really, and also, yeah, I mean, yeah, we're just going to say it. You know, and also having these two come out, not only was it about finding and focusing on this path in this direction, but then visualizing it, right? Probably putting it into some type of practice, whether it's meditation, visual work, intention work, taking that to a new level. I will say for myself, I never really visualized on a regular basis, or even much at all, if I'm incredibly honest. And I recently have, you know, I would say probably since this last new moon, so about 2 weeks or so. And honestly, it's kind of the greatest thing I've ever done for myself. I won't talk about it here because it's a different thing, but I don't know if you guys want to know what that journey is like. I don't know. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know. You never know. We might do a video on that come next year. But again, the whole point of this was to get us into alignment, because everything else is falling into place. Now it's our turn, right? And even this card looks very similar to like a Wheel of Fortune, right? Everything aligning, the hand of fate intervening, right? And there's that compass right in the middle there. Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. High Priestess is in here somewhere. We're going to pull her out. There it is. Unlocking that magic, right? Knowing it here and enacting it there. Look at that. And look, it's even the same hand. It's in the left hand, sorry. I'm looking at it, it's on the right. But look, both of that left hand, right? And you think about it, left, that's the side we're receiving, right? That's our feminine side. So this is that opportunity being attracted to us. As we align, everything comes. So boom. Love that. Heart, oh, look, I talk about, wasn't a whole lot of love in this spread. Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. So yes, for those of you looking for love, looking for connection, whether it's new, honestly, to me, I think this is really about new. But whether it's new or deepening connection, right? If something feels strained, or again, if you're in separation, do not worry about that either, because again, you fall into alignment, it will return to you. And I will say the big part of this is allowing yourself to be loved. It's not about doing things to earn love. It's not about doing things to make someone happy, right? Because your partner will be happy just by the things you do. It's not going to take extra. You don't have to do something that isn't already in your wheelhouse to do, right? Because then that's you trying to play another part. That's you trying to be somebody else. And that's not how that works. That's not how that works. So again, it's about coming into alignment and feeling this, right? I almost want to put the two of them together because they have that same face, eyes closed, going within, but you can tell they're sensing the feeling, right? That is a huge thing about it, sensing the feeling. You know what, and I kind of almost want to add in this 9 of Earth too, because I'm looking at this rose in the Heart Guardian, and you know, the rose, it's timeless beauty, it's grace, it's elegance, it's romance for sure, but this is again, what makes you feel beautiful? What makes you feel valued? What makes you feel loved? And feel that within you, right? Because how you love yourself shows the other person how they're meant to love you. It also telegraphs to the universe, this is how I want to be treated. So if you tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I wouldn't be surprised if people walk out on me. Guess what happens? Guess what happens? So again, connecting to this feeling. And I started this reading talking about this heart center. And here it is again as we start to close. So again, everything has helped us to really reconnect and get back into this space. So whether you want to talk about self-love, whether you want to talk about universal love, doesn't matter. What is the key is that you're vibing at this place where you feel content, where you feel happy, where you feel appreciated and loved, right? Because that is the magic. That really is the magic. And last one, Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. I think we've had a lot of that, right? So I almost want to argue with this Mirror Guardian. Well, not argue. I don't want to argue with her, but I almost think that this is more a message of what's happening around you is a reflection. So what's happening on the inside, you're going to see reflected back to you in your surroundings. So again, it's this real need to be really aware of what it is you're feeling inside, thinking inside, because whatever that is, you will see it in this mirror, right? You will see it reflected around you. So big key here is be really clear and very impeccable with what is going on inside of you, and that is what's going to happen around you. Now, will it happen in 10 seconds? No, it probably will take time to shift. So not only do you need to find that shift, make that shift, but then you also have to have faith in it and stay firm in it, right? Know that you're worthy of it. Even if you don't see it right away, you know it's coming because you know that's what you're putting out. And you're putting it out just because that's how you choose to be. You're not putting it out like, I'm not gonna be love, so I have love. You're like, no, I am love. I am worthy of love. I love love. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing it just because you enjoy it, right? You're doing it because it feels good. This is the vibe that feels comfortable to me and I enjoy being here, versus when I'm in a state of lack or wanting, you know, or when I'm looking at things and I don't have that. Like, that doesn't feel good, but feeling loved does feel good. So how do I make myself feel loved? How do I make myself feel abundant? How do I make myself feel at peace? Whatever it is for you, right? That is the journey we've been on. And I mean, this is massive confirmation that this is what's coming as we move forward, right? So definitely abundance. Definite, you know, love for some of us if that's what we're seeking. But the big thing is our own alignment and our own inner peace. Oh. That was a good reading. That was also a long reading. I haven't done a long one in a minute. How long was that? Oh, yes. So I hope there was something in there that resonated. Please shout out. It has been a minute that I have been able to talk with you guys, and we haven't had a chance to chat. And I would love to hear how you guys are doing, how this resonated. Also, what you'd like to see in 2021. Like I said, I'm going to possibly start filming maybe even later tonight. Who knows? I have plans later, but you never know. Might happen. Tomorrow maybe also. But for sure, first week of January, first round of readings are coming out. Honestly, I plan on doing love readings. That's just the vibe I've been on. So let's I'm just going to put it out there. Love readings going to come out first, and then we'll do general readings after that. But yeah, as always, thank you guys. Thank you so much for being patient with me as I needed my little rest and recovery and time to deal with some things. Again, I wish you all well. Stay safe. Happy holidays. New Year's is right around the corner. I hope you have a fun and safe evening as we, you know, finally lay 2020 to rest and awaken in a brand new 2021. So, love you guys. Take care. Best wishes. And I will see you in your next video. Bye-bye.